that come very, very quickly.
Yep, so just remembering y'all, this is the grand finals right now, right here. So the winners of this match will go walk out in with a 200 cash prize and 100 points for this month's cup, and whoever gets, there's always a finals at each month with even higher cash prizes. So yep, that's pretty much about what there's to say. So we're gonna go on in Champion Select right now.
So now the first picks and first bans coming out, and what do you think? I'm guessing that we'll most likely be seeing a Rumble ban just because he's been so popular and made such a big difference even while being behind.
Well, yes, alright, Zyra's pretty obvious. We're probably going to see Malphite, Rumble, maybe Shen, because Shen's being used as well throughout this tournament. Maybe globals like Twisted Fate, Nocturne, and whatnot. Or more specific oriented bans through some players. There goes the Nocturne ban. So next is probably going to be either Malphite or Rumble. Rumble is actually probably going to be banned as well because yes, he has been picked at least only once since we've casted, and that one time he was picked, he did perform really nice in that game. His ultimates did turn the tides of the battle really often, even though he wasn't really fed in of itself. Still, really strong AoE, slow, and damage, and you can't really walk out of it unless you blow a flash or a dash or something amongst those lines. So in the jungle, it's really potent.
Absolutely. Now Darius and Skarner band. Seems like these picks are coming back. Skarner, I think he was kind of down a little bit at one point in time, but seems like gaining popularity once again, even though his mana costs are still considerably high compared to what he once was. And then I'm guessing the next two bands will probably, my assumption is we might be seeing an Alistar. We could be seeing even a Ryze maybe, depending on what kind of team comp they go for. So there's the Alistar ban right there. Alistar being huge in terms of CC and extremely potent for invades because that knockup is can't cleanse out of it, and you can't flash until you come down if you get caught. So it's just a huge deal right there. And then there's the Shen ban like you were thinking.
Yep, so we still have a few globals out. Only Twisted Fate, but there is some really strong picks still. Here comes the first pick yet again from CC with the Morgana pick right off the bat. Not going to waste any time for that. So there's still Nautilus open. There's still Xin. There's still Malphite. There's still a lot of really strong picks open. But there goes Xin. So we might see even Nautilus or Malphite getting picked right after that. Actually, maybe not, because I mean Xin can be top and Nautilus can jungle. Yeah, so one of those two might be picked right now. Actually, deciding to go with a Maokai jungle. So Maokai jungle or top. We'll see how that goes. But Maokai is still a really strong jungle at the moment. Really a lot of initiation power.
And actually, in the last game that I was watching, I did see a Xin Zhao top, so they might be running this once again. But I guess this could be a fake Taric pick. No, they do go for the Taric and do not pick the Maokai. Interesting choice, because if they do go for Maokai, it can reduce Morgana's full ultimate by 20%, because that's how strong Maokai's ultimate is. It negates so much damage just by sitting in it.
So we might see either the ED getting picked right now, since they pick so they might go with Graves, Ezreal, or one of those two. Most likely even Corki would be a decent choice with those. So one of those three, in my opinion, will be picked as their AD, because that's what they seem to be rolling with, and they're the most popular ADs at the moment, nevertheless. Oh, and Sivir, actually, wow, I wasn't expecting that AD pick at all. Sivir actually getting picked, so Sivir Sona is going to be in the bot lane for them. Oh, Sivir to counteract that Taric stun. Yeah, actually, smart one right there. So she's going to be able to feed off that Taric stun to get free mana in the laning phase.
She can technically negate the stun, but at the same time, once that shield's used, it's a much longer cooldown than the stun is. So she can negate maybe 1 in 3, possibly.
1 in 2.
I do believe the cooldown is a little bit shorter than half of Sivir's shield. So if he is super aggressive, he can technically get off almost 3 before the shield's off cooldown again. But at the same time, it's an interesting synergy, because Sona doesn't really have any sort of way to lock them down besides her ultimate. So I think it's going to be a tough laning phase for that Sivir. And then it looks like they're going for the Maokai pick. I guess they want that Taric almost instantly, because he's such a strong support, really good auras for late game.
Yeah, so we see Taric actually almost picked every single game so far. Seems like he's really popular in these high helo matchups and ranked 5s. Looks like pretty much everyone loves him apparently. And now Maokai is going to complement that top lane really well. Xin Zhao with the Maokai stun and knock up, that's going to be a lot of crowd control if those gangs are successful. And Irelia yet again, so going with the not the same lineup but pretty close. And there goes the Nautilus jungle. I expected that one to come up from either side because it's one of the strongest jungles CC wise at the moment. And he's with the team comp they have. I'm pretty sure it's gonna work out really well because they're gonna have a lot of AoE damage coming from that Sivir's Boomerang or Morgana's ultimate, Nautilus ultimate, and Sona's ultimate. So a lot of AoE crowd control.
Absolutely, and the only thing is, this blue team, it's actually interesting to see how these matchups work out because Xin against Irelia, I think in terms of matchup, Irelia, assuming Xin doesn't get the jump on her early, Irelia will pull out in the long run. Sivir Sona, assuming Nautilus comes in the gank a few times, if they have smart ganks, then they could easily pull ahead. But at the same time, Tarek and Graves, if they're left to their own devices, they could easily pull ahead at the same time.
Yeah, the only thing with Tarek Graves is that they're both inherently extremely tanky. The Graves passive, which early on gives him 10 armor when stacked, and later on goes even higher stats than that, plus the W from Tarek, will make those Sivir Boomerangs not that effective in like the mid-game laning phase. Early on, it's really strong in like level 1 or 3. Those Boomerangs can really dish out a lot of damage, but as the game will go on, they will be getting that high stat armor. So if Sivir can't snowball really early on in the game, I'm pretty sure she's going to have a hard time against that matchup.
And actually, like you said, an unorthodox AD build, I think that in terms of lane going against the Tarek Graves, a Brutalizer might actually be a really strong choice for Sivir, getting the reduced cooldown on her shield and also that armor penetration that can actually really help her during the laning phase and in the long run.
So actually, our last pick coming with Vladimir for the mid lane. So Vladimir's going to dish it out against a Morgana. That's going to be interesting to see him but he can dodge the Morgana's Qs with his Sanguine Pool. But still, I'm pretty sure Morgana's going to have the upper hand on that lane. That is before Vladimir hits level 7 and 9, where he's going to get that Q cooldown really down to where he can constantly harass her.
Well, also, what's really strong with Vladimir is Morgana can push, but at the same time, he can tank the creep right on top of his face and then heal back up over time. So he doesn't have to worry about losing farm to the tower. He can kind of just sit there and do what he wants. And Morgana may try to roam, but at the same time, he's not going to really be missing out on too much.
Yep. So shortly enough, we'll be able to see the summoners in about 5 seconds. So no team can ghost it out. So here we go. They're gonna go into Champion Select right now. So if we look a little bit at the summoners, looks pretty conventional on both sides actually. Vladimir actually going with heal in the mid lane. So if Morgana is able to land that ignite before that heal goes off, that might be free kills onto Vladimir, because Vladimir does uses 20% of his maximum health when he does use the Sanguine Pool, and the ignite doesn't go off if it's procced before he does. So that's going to be interesting to see how that's going to work out. On the bot lane, pretty standard ignite and exhaust coming out from the purple team, and same thing for the blue team. So nothing too peculiar summoner-wise.
Absolutely, and in terms of the team comp, you got Morgana to kind of like almost lock everyone in place, and then you have Irelia, Sivir, and Nautilus to focus down one person at a time. That's actually going to be really interesting to see how that works, whereas you have kind of an AoE from Xin Zhao, you have the AoE from Vladimir, AoE from Maokai, AoE from Graves. So I think it's going to be tough for them for the blue team to really lock down that purple team if they do get into early team fight mode.
Well, that's if they decide to, because they can extend the laning phase really long with the current team comp they have. The only thing that really is going to set them back if they do want to lengthen that laning phase, no teleport on Irelia and no teleport on Xin, so both top lanes won't be able to make it out to bot lane or dragon really quickly unless they decide to leave their lane for a good while. So let's say Irelia decides to go down, Xin's easily going to be able to push that Shrit really quickly, just using his W and his Q to just melt those minions and that Shrit in about a minute, and it's going to be down.
Right. It seems like I might be getting a little bit of lag on Skype. I think, do we want to run another commercial before this game starts?
Yep, so we're going to have a little 30-second break, guys. We'll be right back. There you go. Yeah, it's a good, like when I duocast, I don't have any problem with my voice, but when I solo, I only can usually do 1 or 2, and then after that I have no more voice at all.
Well, because you speak at 6,000 words a second, it's kind of tough to keep your voice up.
Yeah. But I mean, it's like asking me to stop breathing. I can't.
Have you tried?
I tried. I lasted like 45 seconds.
Well, that's what she said, huh?
Isn't that what he says?
Depends on who you talk to.
You can see out, but I'm sticking out my tongue. I'm doing a P face.
Oh. Alright, so the commercial should be just about done.
Yep.
And now we've got 25 seconds until the game is going to start to get loaded up. And in terms of invading, I don't think... The only team I think that would probably try to invade would be the blue team between the bind and the Nautilus pull into a stun. But at the same time, just looking at the damage, both teams are decently tanky, and I think they both may try to avoid an invade. I think that they just might try to go with the standard jungle route and try to pick off maybe a level 3 or 4 gank.
The only thing I'm really scared of at the moment is Xin denying Irelia. Irelia last game really got denied by that Renekton. She was forced back in her turret, lost her turret early, got out-farmed, got out-leveled. She was able to bring it back up though in the mid-game, and they were able to pick up that win, but still, in the early phases of the game, she really wasn't able to do much. She got like pretty much zoned through the first 10-15 minutes of the game, and I'm pretty sure with Xin, pretty much the same thing is gonna happen because since level 1, 2, 3 is just completely amazing. You proc just a 3Q proc can do so much damage in a short amount of time. It's ridiculous with a US patch.
That definitely could happen, but at the same time, she has a little bit more of a means of escape from Zin's burst because you can get off 2 of those initial hits, but then she can stun and run away, and then he's going to waste that third proc, and he can't knock her up and continue to auto attack. So it's going to be interesting to see how they play this one out.
Well, since they're both melees, what I think is that Xin will try to do his Q without using his dash, so that if it really does stun him, he will be able to proc that third proc on with a dash rather. So that'll be interesting to see if Xin will play out that way because he really does have to go near the minions to get out to last it.
Absolutely. And now we're seeing both teams picking. Looks like they just want to cover a standard spread. They want to get people covering each entrance to the jungle, and that's like what both teams are going to be doing. That actually, maybe seeing Sona warding blue. Possibly she started with 4 wards, so that's a safe bet just in case the purple team does decide to invade. But not going to happen. And actually, Tarek looking like he may try to ward wraiths, but at the same time, the blue team is gearing up and just sitting right by those wraiths, trying to see if that might happen.
Yeah, so Tarek is in position right now. If the blue team decides to go out there, he will get spotted. They will get spotted rather, but as you can see right now, Xin is in position at Wraith, so what we call him is the banana strat, so where pretty much the whole purple team is covering the whole map, so it can't be invaded at all without being spotted. We see a lot of things coming out, so Sona gets in that bush as quick as possible, and she will get in that bush right now. So, yep, just 1 second. I just need to do something on my stream. Just have to need the TSP tag on my
Gotcha.
Yep.
So now it seems like Nautilus is going I think this is a relatively quicker route for him, going wraiths into red, because since he primarily is auto attacking, he doesn't really get a Wriggles. That Wriggles going to help him along because he doesn't have much AD at all. He's reliant on the damage from his shield. So you're going to see him. He'll be a little bit low on mana, but once he gets that blue, and since he was grabbing the red early, he'll be able to get blue a little bit faster and into other instant gank much quicker.
Yep. So Maokai doing standard, going with Wraiths and the blue. Nautilus starting with Wraiths. I wonder if he's going to go, like you said, with the red buff and then go with the blue, or go with a gang straight away though. He does have both options. Both are currently actually good with Nautilus because his level 2 is still potent. He does have his passive to slow people off. And yet again, just as last game, CC going with a really strong leash on the red buff to keep that jungler from smiting the red buff. So that's, I really like the synergy on the blue team. Always doing pretty much the same strategies jungler wise. Well, actually see Xing's out in the middle lane. I actually expected him to be against Irelia, and Irelia is a really strong pick against Vladimir. If she can snowball that, she's really going to be able to zone him and pretty much not deny all his farm. But if Irelia can get an early kill on Vlad, it's going to be his demise.
And if she does get an early kill on Vlad, you could even see an Executioner's Calling come out to make sure Vlad has no chance of farming up at all. Completely undefensive because it's a 20-second cooldown for, I believe, an 8 or 9-second debuff. So Vlad's not going to be able to really heal up at all.
Yep, and she does have the Ignite as well, so if need be, she will be able to pull that off. And as I said earlier, Vlad does have the heal though, so we always see a lot of poke coming on the bottom lane. Both ADs trading a lot. I think Sivir won that trade by a little bit though. Sivir's Boomerang really on is much stronger than Graves' Q, especially if she lands both thick without hitting minions. And here comes the ganks from Maokai onto Irelia right now. That's most likely will be a flash because Irelia just did use her stun onto Vladimir. Vladimir's going to use the pull to slow her down. Nice Q from Irelia, and is going to go with the flash to get away from Maokai. So nice Q coming out onto Maokai to get some distance and then flash out of that. And Maokai is going to go back to his jungle, so there goes one flash wasted.
And that was really interesting. That was actually very well played by Irelia, because even though he was using his Twisted Advance onto her, she was locked in place for a split second, but much closer to her tower, and let her blow her flash but survive a gank, which is the most important part. She's able to survive.
Yep. So nothing else too big going on the map right now. We already see a really early recall coming out from Tarek. It's actually not going to pick up any other wards, so she's going to stick with those three. Put the first one in the bush just to prevent that Sona from harassing too much, but still, you can't really prevent Sona from harassing. Even though if she gets too far, she can get stunned, and then Graves can burst down really quickly. Sona sitting at 36 armor, so Graves will be able to burst down really quickly if she does get out of position.
I'm actually surprised to see that this Tarek Graves combo is starting to get out-farmed. It looks like they're getting out-poked right now. And I guess they're taking full advantage of Tarek not having any armor buff right now, and that's where they're gonna start to lean into with damage.
Yep, Tarek actually deciding to go with his heal level 2. Most Tareks, well, depends. Sometimes you go with W level 2, sometimes you go with the Q. It starts to go with the Q, so right now they're really abusing a nice boomerang coming from Sivir, almost killing Graves for the first blood onto the turret. That was... Well, I think he lived with about 40 HP, so really nice boomerang on her. She's actually going to go past the turret. I thought she wanted to dive it, but she decided to turn around, but that could have been really huge first blood right there. Here comes the ganks on Nautilus right now, onto Vladimir, on the top lane. Will he be able to land it? And Vlad not pulling right yet. She's actually going to get stunned by Irelia. She's most likely going to be forced to flash away from this one, but even after the flash, Nautilus still hasn't queued. Oh, nice Q, actually flashing right on top of the Q, so that's going to be a first blood for Irelia. And here goes the snowball I was talking about, and at the same time, Maokai coming on the bottom lane, but he won't decide to come in on that.
And well, there was almost a counter gank going on at bot at the same time, but now that Irelia does have that first kill, even though Vladimir was pulling ahead a little bit in farm, he was getting a little greedy. He realized he was out farming Irelia, pushing into the tower, and she didn't have flash, but at the same time, without having that ward, Nautilus able to walk right in there and just say, hey, you might want to not be so aggressive unwarded, so yeah, you're going to die now.
And we might see Maokai getting caught right now. Nice Q from Morgana, and here comes the Q from Nautilus. Maokai is taking a lot of damage right now. He will flash the wall though, and will live out with about 100 HP. Morgana not deciding to commit, and Xin doing a lot of damage onto Morgana. Morgana almost gonna die right there, and flash the attack to finish the kill from Xin Zhao. Nice flash to finish up that kill, so nice play by Xin, responding really quickly from that mid lane to pick up that kill.
I think that Maokai just barely got max range on his flash. I think he knew it would either flash now or nothing, and it was lucky that he just cleared that wall, because if he didn't make that wall, that was going to be quite an easy kill for the Nautilus Morgana combo there. Instead, Xin managed to catch and clean up, and the spell shield not going to block Ignite or any physical damage. The only thing it's going to do is block his knock up and slow. So all she had there was just her regular health, and if she tried to run a health potion, maybe it would have saved her. I didn't quite see if that happened, but clearly getting picked off by Xin, and that's going to mean trouble for her now.
Oh, a nice spell shield coming from Sivir on the bottom lane. Tarek trying to commit onto Sivir, but Sivir currently turning around onto Graves, and Graves might be forced to flash right now because one last boomerang will finish that. Here comes the exhaust from Tarek onto Sivir right off the bat, but nice boomerang. She will force the flash onto Graves. Flash to attack to finish up the kill under the tread though, and Tarek is one basic attack away from there. Sona's gonna flash to finish that one up, but she will get picked by the tread though. The Twisted Fate, the Twisted Advance will pick that one up, but Sivir is currently in a really bad spot. Sivir, Morgana is coming on the left side though too. Try and cover her up. Will she be able to save him though? Oh, nice E coming out from Xin, and nice Q from Morgana is actually going to prevent him. And the spell shield from Morgana did bug that Twisted Advance stun, but Xin is currently getting picked off. And one last basic attack will finish that kill. Will he be able to get away though? That's going to be really close. And nice W with one last stick would have finished it, but Xin's going to be able to get out of that one.
At the same time, Irelia is trying to clean up Vlad right now, and Vlad just barely escaping. Wow, so much action going on in the same time. It's almost hard to keep track of it. But right there, Xin Zhao using there was 2 health potions in the middle of that fight, and that's what kept him alive, because if he didn't have that health potion rolling, he had 27 health right there when Morgana used her soil underneath the tower. Without that health potion, he was easily dead. So very surprising to see. Very well played.
Yep, so that's probably going to be the blue buff. I don't wonder if... Oh yeah, Maokai will probably take it for himself, as Xin doesn't need... isn't that blue dependent as Morgana is. And since Nautilus took his blue a little bit later than Maokai did, the blue buff on Morgana will come a little bit later. He's actually going to go ahead towards his red buff right now, so he will be able to do more ganks using that red buff, and so far he's been doing a great job with it.
And also, after you get that red buff, he should be level 6, and then you're going to see some really scary ganks coming out.
Oh my god, a lot of damage coming from Xin to Morgana. Just about 4 auto attacks, and Morgana is down to 87 HP. So Xin doing a lot of damage with that Brutalizer, rushing that really quickly, and Morgana being forced to flash away right off the bat on the middle lane. So an easy flash wasted from Xin.
21 armor penetration on the Xin Zhao, while Morgana is sitting here with, let's see, 34 armor. He's almost doing true damage right there. She's not reducing much of anything right there.
And we see right now Relia coming onto Vladimir. Here goes the Ignite right now, and the ultimate, proccing the ultimate. Will she get the Q in time? No, the Q was on cooldown for 5 more seconds, so she would have been able to pick that kill up if she did have Q up, but fortunately she did not, so there goes the Ignite, but Vladimir is going to be forced to recall, and we might see a dive on the bottom lane. Yes, they won't try to commit, but nice boomerang again from Severe. Double proccing on Graves without dating any minions. A lot of damage, like I said earlier on. Early game Severe, if you don't hate any minions, you double proc a boomerang on someone, it's tons of damage, and we see a gank on the middle lane right now. Morgana trying to commit onto Xin, but Xin will get to pick off before the ultimate even procs, and if this keeps on going, he might even be able to turn around. No, actually, no, a lot of damage coming from Nautilus, and he will get picked off by the minions. So that's a 1-for-1 in mid.
It's a 1-for-1, but at the same time, the kill going in Nautilus, yeah, it'll help him get a couple more items, but at the same time, it's not as much worthwhile gold, because if Morgana managed to add that kill, that would get her a little bit further towards her Zonias, and maybe turn the tides around on Xin, but Xin also, since he landed that kill onto Morgana, he's just going to continue his snowball, and a snowballed Xin is not a fun Xin to deal with unless he's on your team. Yep. At the same time, he's going to steal all your kills, and then it's like, oh, Xin, you kissed me, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, that's the kind of stuff you're going to be seeing.
So something I'd like to point out right now, Sona is currently maxing Q, so that's why we see so much poke coming from the bot lane. And here comes the ultimate from Sona to Graves, right under the tree. Graves will get exhausted, ignited rather, and that will be a really quick pick for Severe. Severe's going to pop the ultimate though, but they will be able to turn around onto Tarek before Makai gets in there, and 2 more Biscuit X will finish it. There goes the double kill. She will get picked off by Twisted Fate. Well, why did I keep saying Twisted Fate? Makai, but that's going to be a double kill for Severe.
Well, he does have Twisted Advance, which I guess you might be getting stuck in your head.
I guess.
But the blue team having 6 kills to 5 on the purple team, but if you look at the spread, Maokai has 3 of their kills, whereas 3 of the kills for the blue team are on Sivir. So even though, yeah, they're close on kills, it's not as effective gold-wise, because Mao can get as tanky as he wants, but yeah, he can be tank and maybe tank 5 at the same time, but the rest of his team is going to be completely outclassed in damage later on.
Pretty much, and now Grace sitting 0-2 with 34 last hits. If you look at Sivir, she's at 57 with 3 kills, as you mentioned. So if you look at the gold right now, Sivir sitting at 3,300 to Grace 2,100. So that's a 1,200 difference gold on the 80 carries, and that's a lot for this early in the game.
I really almost going down to Vladimir. Wow, that would have been quite a nice exchange for Vladimir there, considering he's been getting forced out of lane constantly. Still somehow managing to stay ahead in farm. Wow, that's actually really surprising.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Aurelia wasn't able to push him out a little bit more than that, and Vladimir does have his ultimate up, so Aurelia might have fallen right there with that ultimate, but I guess I didn't really see what happened, so I guess he wasn't able to land that, and Xin's going to go the whole way around to gank the bottom lane right now, because he knows Sivir is just going to keep on snowballing over and over again if he doesn't try to help, but he is warded, so he's going to turn around right now. Nautilus is in position to using the Q to get some distance, but won't decide to commit, and Nautilus is now going to come for his columns. I don't think he'll try to go bot. I'm pretty sure they are aware the Tribush is warded. And here comes in again, but they, I wonder if they're going to go with a 4-man dive right now. They could, but Nautilus is in position though, but they're all going to back away, so that might be a lot of pressure on the bot trade, but not enough minions really to apply that much pressure. And nice Q from Nautilus right onto Xingzao. Sona not popping the ultimate though. I thought she would right there. Oh, she doesn't have it up, that's why, because they could have picked Xingzao really quickly right there if Sona had her cooldowns out. And Morgana is in the bot lane right now as well, so we might see a 4v4, but I don't think they'll try to engage that. Graves being below 50% health.
You know, Graves being so low, it's a really dangerous time to engage, and Maokai doesn't want to lose that Oracles because he does have that really good thing for him to get, especially since he does have 3 kills. He wants to try to help push his team's lead a little bit by removing those wards. It's going to make the other team play a little bit more passive because they don't have that vision on everyone. They don't really know what's happening, and that's the benefit of having Oracles right there.
And we see Aurelia right now trying to kill Vladimir. Vladimir is really low. 2 more basic attacks, and that will finish it. She's going to go with the dive, though. It's going to go with the pull and the ultimate, though. And Aurelia's going to take a lot of damage. 1 more rescue would have finished it, but Aurelia's not going to die. So that was a close fight yet again on the top lane. But nobody died.
It was close, but at the same time, Vladimir does have the Hextech Revolver and Endurance Shield, so he's going to heal up a lot more rapidly than Aurelia can, because Aurelia needs to auto-attack to get any sort of health back, pretty much. Ooh.
And yeah, bot lane getting dove again. I'm actually gonna recall because I was actually looking at the top lane for a sec. So Graves just sitting passively under his turret. Sona does have the ultimate up. We're probably gonna see a flash ultimate coming out from Sona. In my opinion, that's what we're gonna see. So we're probably gonna see it in the next 5 seconds. And no flash, just a straight out ultimate from Sona right under the turret, and a lot of bursts coming from the ultimate and the Q and the boomerang from Sivir. So Graves just sitting under the turret, well, just a little bit too low HP.
Make sure you stick around bot. You're gonna see a nice little fight happen right about now.
Okay, I actually put it back to live. So. Yep, we actually see the ultimate analysis coming out to Maokai. Tarek will get picked up, but Sivir will die to Maokai because of the Cheer aggro, and that's going to be it. So that's going to be a 2-for-1 trade, but Sivir yet again grabbing a kill and an assist, so I'm pretty sure that wasn't Sivir's favor yet again. 4-3-2 now.
Absolutely, and Maokai keeps getting those kills, so his teammates are getting a couple assists here and there, but at the same time, hold on 1 second.
No problem. So Nabeaus is going to go with his race right now. Maokai's probably not going to give the blue. He doesn't have anyone to really give the blue, apart from maybe Graves. But even there, Graves doesn't really need that blue buff that much. So he's going to take it for himself yet again at the 13-minute mark. And the Dragon right now might be in the eyes of both teams at the moment, because we are at the 13-minute mark. Sivir is getting really strong. She does have the BF. If you look at Graves, actually going with a triple Doran, so he's really scared of getting out poked in his lane. So he's going to go with that triple Dorans. He knows he's behind. So ooh, here comes the damage onto Sona right now, and Sona's actually going to flash, but the Twisted Advance will proc onto Sona, and Sona will get picked off really quickly, even with that flash. Nice exhaust coming on Vlad though, but that won't be enough, and Sivir wasn't really able to do anything with that Sona getting picked off so quickly. Nabeaus would have been there, and Vladimir camping bot just gave him a kill. Actually, I think Maokai picked up that kill again.
And it looks like Zin's out now that he's nice and fed. Is he going up against Irelia now, trying to see if he can shut her down since Vladimir is getting pushed in and out?
Well, we might, but I'm pretty sure right now Irelia is, let's see item-wise. Xin does have a Brutalizer, and Irelia, what does she have? She has a Sheen, and that's it. So it'll be interesting who's going to win that 1v1. As you saw just there, that was a trade, and Irelia just took a little bit more damage than Xin did, but Irelia didn't pop any huge cooldowns as her ultimate or her W or whatnot. Only used the stun and a Q, so in a fair out 1v1, it's going to be a close fight in my opinion. Not entirely sure who's going to win. And you see Irelia just going in, and Xin's going to turn around though, but here comes the damage from Irelia, and just the ultimate with the Sheen procs will pick that up really quickly. So as I said, Irelia with that Sheen is real scary.
It was actually really well played on her part. She just hit level 11, and then at that point she knew how much damage she could actually put out between the Sheen and using her rank 2 ultimate, and that was really smart move on her part.
Vladimir is still bot right now, and Sona is just might get caught by Taric. Although Taric doesn't have his stun up, so she's actually going to be able to poke Vladimir just a little bit. But as you see right now, the Tribush is warded, so they're aware that Nabeaus is there. Will get pinged, so he will back off right off the bat. We don't actually see. Yeah, Maokai does have an Oracle, so he's the only Oracle holder in this game so far. I'm quite surprised Nabeaus doesn't have it yet.
Actually, really, I find very fascinating is Vladimir is now with Taric. So Vladimir's going to have the Doran shield, and then the Taric buff, and also a couple of ways to escape from that Sona Sivir combo. And Graves is going against Morgana, and since Morg still that shield doesn't absorb physical damage, Graves is going to have a little bit easier time against that combo.
And so that's what we were talking about these crazy team comps and lane switches and whatnot that we were talking, and we're finally seeing it out in the grand finals, where now we have an AD carry in the middle lane, what you used to see about 1 year ago, and I'm pretty sure it's going to work out, because Graves can do really good against Morgana. He can dodge her Qs with the quick draw, and he can just poke her down through her shield, because the shield doesn't block physical damage. So yep, and here comes the Dragon for the blue team right now. Irelia is in position as well. Graves currently doing race, so he's a little bit far out. Vladimir's going to come up, but I don't think he'll be able to do much. They are doing it in the Wari, but nothing the blue team can do about it.
And with all the action going on, there are 16 kills in the game, actually, excuse me, and with that Dragon, it's still only a 1.6 thousand gold difference, now 1.5. So I mean, even though we've been seeing so much action, lane swaps and all that, the gold lead, there's really no lead between the two teams, more or less. The only big difference is Maokai having 4 kills, whereas Sivir has 4.
Yep. But Irelia does have 2 as well, and God knows Irelia can snowball really well. She does have 96 CS, so she's 4th in CS right now, actually 5th behind Morgana as well, so she's not doing that great CS-wise. We actually see with the ultimate from Vladimir on the bottom lane right now. Sivir might get picked up. Yes, she will get picked up. The ultimate will finish. Actually, Twisted... why do I keep saying Twisted Fate? Maokai will pick up that kill with the ultimate. Vladimir's ultimate would have picked that up, so Maokai is going to get another kill with that ultimate, so it's going to be 5-0-2 right now, so they'll be able to apply some pressure on the bottom lane. Even Nabeaus being there, not to be able to counteract that.
You know you're never going to hear the end of you calling Maokai Twisted Fate, right?
Yep. Someday I'll get over. And we actually see Xin right now near the blue buff. I think he thinks that they're doing the blue buff, but they are not currently.
Big fight going on bot lane.
Oh wow! We said dive onto Sona. Sona's going to get picked off really quickly, so nice dive again from... I'm actually going to rewind a little bit, because I did miss most of that. So yeah, we see Siri getting picked off, and we see actually everyone sticking around. Sona sticking around under the Trit, and Sona right now doesn't have a heart of gold, so she's only sitting at 1100 max HP, which is really low at the moment. Maokai is going to go from behind. We see mass spam back pings coming from the blue team, but she will get caught by the Twisted Advance from Maokai. Nabeaus will use his ultimate onto Taric though, but the burst from Vladimir will just be too much.
And now you see that the gold for the purple team, they're actually now finally ahead. I believe that they were behind for most of the game. Now picking off people one by one, getting towers, even though they did lose the dragon, they are actually ahead by 700 gold at this point. And that's actually really interesting to see because blue team, they've had a bit of a commanding presence in that bot lane and also in the top lane, but still the purple team just managing to hold on for as long as they have. It's actually starting to pay off.
So Aurelia's recall will get cancelled by will get cancelled by Nabeaus, but she decides not to. Might go out top, but the purple team is completely aware that where they're walking right now. Nabeaus will actually turn around and go with a recall. Probably gonna pick up an Oracle's. Maybe does have double GP5 already. Might go with a Frozen Heart. Well, how much money does he have at the moment? If we look at Nabeaus, currently sitting at a good. Oh yeah, he bought another ward and a Ruby Crystal.
And actually, looking at the gold spread of the two teams, Maokai is just behind Sivir in terms of gold, and then like the next top two, we've got Vladimir 5,700, Zayn 5,300, Nabeaus at 50, almost 5,300 as well. So I mean, between like the damage dealers of the purple team compared to the blue team at this point, actually it's interesting to see that the purple team is actually kind of pulling ahead. I'm rather shocked with that.
Yeah, the only big difference is really the AD carries where Sivir has so much more money than Graves does, and that's going to be a huge difference in the mid games. Graves going with a triple Dorans, so that's going to be 1 or 2 Dorans he's going to need to sell in the mid game because you won't really keep 3 Dorans for the whole duration of the game. It's just kind of pointless. Most of the time you're going to see 2 Dorans. Maybe that was a misclick, it's always possible, but he was losing his lane, so we can't really blame him for that. Triple Dorans can sometimes set back your lane on foot, but right now we might see a team fight in the middle lane. We actually see almost 10 players near the middle lane. We do see 10 players near the middle lane right now, so we might see a turret fight or just a positioning fight for the next few minutes.
We actually may see a tower dive here because look, this tower is relatively low, and Maokai already does have that Shurelya's. He did not opt to go for the Age of the Legion, which makes everyone a little bit more tanky, but it's already a relatively tanky team as it is. So getting the Shurelya's, allowing the team to jump in with him as he goes and use the Twist Advance on someone, and that could actually result in a couple tower dives or a couple easy pick kills.
I'm actually surprised Maokai decided to go bot to push up that wave. I guess he didn't want that tower to get pushed, but now the purple team will actually be able to get that, to pick up that blue thread because Nabeaus and really wasn't in position to defend that. Nubaeus might push top, but we see the purple team coming up right now, so she won't be able to push any further than that. And the blue team might go down to Maokai. Maokai actually clearing wards with his oracles right now in the tri-bush, but he is really far out, so they won't be able to do much about that. And he's actually going out near Sona. He actually saw Sona on the left side, and she does have oracles. Maybe he wants to clear that ward. Yeah, he will clear that ward in the bush as well. So, yep, there goes the ward. So, actually, Maokai doing work with that oracles.
And Sona also does have an oracle, so that's going to make blue team's time a little bit easier. It's not going to be tremendously easy because they are down 3 of those outer turrets. So there's always a chance the purple team could be camping in some bush as Sona goes to D ward and easily losing that oracles.
Yeah, blue team really needs to try and push some turrets right now because that's what's sending them back right now. Globally gold wise, 3 turrets is a lot of global gold, and we might see Maokai coming from the left side. He's not spotted right now, but there is 1 ward on the blue team in that middle bush, and he might go clear it right now. Yeah, there he goes.
So it looked like he was trying to ping Baron, maybe to clear wards, maybe to actually take it, but Vladimir's sitting bot. It's actually not going to result in anything.
So if we look at the items, Morgana does already have the Zhonya's Hourglass. I think she just picked it up 2 minutes ago, and Vladimir does have his Hourglass as well now. So that's going to be 2 major ultimates and status, 2-second status in the team fight. So that's going to be interesting to see if both can land it really nicely. And we actually see 2 wards from the blue team in the same bush. So a little misclick there. 75 gold down the window, but that's not that much. I mean, 75 gold is pretty much gained in about 30 seconds just with passive gold gain.
Double ward for double vision, right? That's how it works?
It's like that's how it
works. Two
pretty
boots
much.
for 2 feet.
Yep, and we might see Xin in shading, but he will get caught by Morgana's Q, and Reel's going to jump in right off the bat onto Xin. Zin's going to use a nice ultimate though. He's going to split the team whatnot around. He's going to flash away, won't live though, and they will be able to pick Xin off, and Maokai will die to Sivir's Ignite. Sinir will get picked off by Graves. That's 2 double kills for both AD carries right now. Reel's actually turning around to Graves, but nice heal coming out from Taric onto Graves, actually saving him. So that's a triple for Graves, and that's going to be it for this fight. He will be able to push out that mid-turret.
And Graves was actually making a really smart move. He wanted to try to catch that Sona, clear the oracles. He knew his dash was down, so he started auto-attacking creeps to try to get that cooldown on his dash up as soon as possible.
And we see a flash stun from Taric coming out into Sona, and Sona will get picked up right now. What's basic attack will finish that off. So that's now Graves from start. It just went from 0-3 to 4-3 in about 1 minute. So that's going to set him back on foot.
So now Graves is instantly back in this game after the triple kill, the delayed quadra, if you will. And this will also be a dragon. So now this is going to be go from a just under a 4,000 gold lead to just over a 5,000 gold lead, and this is going to start meaning trouble for the blue team.
Well, it's not so huge yet. I mean, they can still win this out if they can land nice ultimates. I actually didn't see did Morgana get picked off before she was able to do anything right there, because I'm pretty sure like AoE-wise they do have a really good team comp.
She did get her ultimate off and Zonia's as it was going, but I believe that it just wasn't quite as effective as she'd actually like, because the whole purple team was sitting under Maokai's ultimate, so they didn't take as much damage as they'd hoped. Oh. And from there, because they were on under Maokai's ultimate, they were all incredibly tanky, and no one really got picked off.
And yeah, really, they really need to try and focus fire Graves, and Xin did get focused really quickly. I agree on that, but Graves, even without kills, he had an Infinity Edge, and now he does have the seal on top of that. So that's a lot of damage coming from an AD carry. Sivir did one for the Bloodthirster, so she's not going to crit as hard as Graves does. She will have more sustain though, but the boomerangs will be hurting really hard. Sivir did last for a while in the fight, but she did get picked off right before it ended. And oh, nice Q coming from Nubaeus right onto Taric though, but the blue team is not in position to really initiate that. Sona and Sivir are really far behind, so they're going to pop the Shirley's and get out of there.
And now in terms of Sivir lasting the whole fight, I do believe that Morgana, her first move before the fight started was throwing her shield on the Sivir, which is why she lasted so long.
Oh, nice. So yeah, I'm surprised she didn't shield her herself though, because they have a few. I wouldn't even say knockback, but Maokai can really set her back from the ultimate and try to prevent that from proccing on everyone. And now we might see an initiation coming from the purple team. I wonder what they're going to go with initiation with. Probably either a Taric stun, most likely a Taric stun rather, and then there's just going to be a follow-up with Xin's ultimate and Maokai and whatnot. So yeah, I'm pretty sure the purple team will try to initiate that, but if the blue team does, they can easily pick someone up because they do have a lot of CC.
And now it looks like what the purple team is trying to do is they're just trying to make the blue team waste all of their wards. They're trying to get a couple of free 25 gold pops, and at the same time try to bait a fight right near Baron, because the ultimates are pretty much back up. They're actually waiting on Taric's ultimate, but besides that they're all good. And if they can catch all they need to do is catch one person. They seem to catch one good target, like say Sivir or Irelia, and that's going to be a very easy Baron for the purple team.
And Maokai doing a great job with his saplings, keeping vision of where the blue team is going on, and they're doing another sapling onto Sona, so they are aware of their general position. Now they are in the minions though. We might see Xin going in. He is in front right now, but oh, nice Q from Morgana, preventing Taric from going with that stun. They actually hesitated. The blue team hesitated to initiate right there. Here comes the Shirley's from Maokai, and Xin's gonna go in right up the bat, but he's gonna get stunned by Sona, completely decimated by Sivir. Nice stun, nice ultimate from Morgana, from Sona rather. The ultimate from Vladimir is going to do a lot of AoE damage though, but Graves will be able to pick that one up, and that's going to be another triple for Graves yet again. So Graves just cleaning that whole fight up again, didn't get focused, so that's the second time they focus Xin, and that's the second time Graves will get their triple kill.
And once again, Xin, even though he's not very tanky, just by being under that Maokai ult in combination with the Aegis and Taric's aura, it's just very deceptively tanky. But that big part being Maokai throwing the Vengeful Maelstrom right on top of Xin as he charges in, and that's what really saved the team fight right there, because Xin got off a very clean ultimate and got the knock-off on the Sivir, I believe, and that's what turned the tides for him right there.
Yeah, and that's going to be a free Baron for the purple team, no contestation whatsoever. So now the global gold is really getting to go bigger. We're talking about almost 7,000. It is 7.4 thousand gold advantage for the purple team now. So Graves will pick up that Phantom Dancer, and he will be much stronger. Only have 176 last hits in 26 minutes, so that game is not really farm oriented that much. It's more about getting kills and whatnot. And Maokai, and we thought earlier on Maokai getting a lot of kills would set the purple team back, but so far it's working out pretty good.
Yeah, that was actually an assumption on my part. Very much incorrect. Generally speaking, it's the tanky jungler is getting all those kills. It will more or less set the team back, especially with the other AD getting kills. But they played very smart, managed to get a couple of easy picks, and taking the towers, managed to get themselves back in the game.
The towers, and the fact that Xin's been taking a lot of the cooldowns to his face in the past two fights, and Graves is, because of that, Graves is able to get perfect positioning and completely dish out his full DPS without getting focused whatsoever in the last two team fights.
And then at the same time, Vladimir also having the Zonias, so he's got a bunch of armor between the Zonias and the Doran Shield, and then on top of having his pool and stasis, he's able to last a lot longer than you expect in team fights, because he has the armor, he's got some spell vamp, he's just got a lot of tankiness with the defensive stats that he has, and then with his cooldowns and whatnot, he's able to output a lot more damage than you think he would.
The blue team did want to try and maybe pull something out while Maokai and Xin were out of position. Fortunately, they did run into a ward, so the purple team was completely aware of that, and Tarek's going to reward that right after, not wasting any time. They will get that ward, though. Sona still with the oracles. She did buy another one, so that's going to be 800 gold right there for Sona gone.
Yeah, easy 800 gold, but at the same time, vision is almost invaluable. It's just so important to make sure that you're trying to deny the other team vision at the same time keeping your wards going as well.
Yeah, and right now, I'm pretty sure the blue team doesn't want to initiate anywhere else than under the turret, and even there, pretty sure if Maokai or Tarek, or like pretty much you have 3 or 4 people that can take under the turret. Everyone but Graves, really. Even Xin can take can take a lot of bashing with his ultimate, giving him MR and armor.
And also he's got those triple Doran's blades, so that's giving him an extra 240 health. Actually, excuse me, an extra 80 health that normally an 80 carry wouldn't really have, as opposed to Sivir only having 1 Doran's blade. Even with the Bloodthirster, though, she is getting focused down by Xin, so not able to really get that lifesteal to full effect. She's getting nuked down almost immediately, and that's proving to be trouble for her right now.
Yeah, Sivir's early game is amazing. But the thing is, if the other team gets anyone fed, Sivir, you know, she can go 1v5. Fed Graves with really great positioning can easily pick off a lot of kills in team fights. But Sivir has to get. It's not that she has to get closer. We're actually going to see the initiation right now onto Morgana. Tarek's going to stun Morgana, but Tarek will take a lot of damage from the ultimate from Aurelia, though. And nice flash ultimate coming from Morgana, picking up Graves and Tarek, though. But no focus fire coming on Graves. Graves is still alive, so he will be able to pretty much clean that up if he plays that right. Yep, still great positioning. He's going to be able to pick Nautilus. And on the bottom side, meanwhile, Maokai picking Sona off, and they will be able to chase down that Nautilus. And I'm pretty sure Twisted. Maokai will be able to pick it up, maybe. Oh, that's going to be really close. He's actually going to die to the Nexus turret. Wow.
Oh, man. That was a ballsy move. He tried, but it looked like he was trying to catch Nautilus so his team can come, but they were just ignoring Maokai's moves right there. They were just going for the inhibitor and trying to push it up right away.
Well, the purple team is really playing this, I wouldn't say perfectly, but they're peeling Sivir off Graves so well, because Morgana pulled a really nice ultimate onto Graves. Graves got stunned, he got Q'd, he got W'd, he got really low HP, but the rest of the team was all in front, and really if Sivir or Aurelia or anyone wanted to try and finish that Graves off, he'd have to walk past everyone pretty much, and they're really not doing that.
Also, you contribute to Graves just being so tanky. I mean, he was in Tarek's range that whole time. Tarek was throwing every heal he had on him at every chance he got. And then with that Aegis aura, I believe Graves is almost pushing 100 magic resist in combination with his passive. So, I mean, it's actually tough for Morgana to try to really take Graves out of the fight.
Yeah, he's actually sitting at 87 magic resist and 157 armor with his passive fully stacked, so that's a lot of armor. So it's not Sivir could try to focus him down, but Graves will beat her in a 1v1, so she will need support for that. And if they can focus him down in the next fight, though, that could be really huge, because the only damage dealers right now, the massive damage dealers, are Graves. Vlad and Xin can do a lot of damage, but not as much as Graves can.
Exactly, and now you're seeing some really big items. Graves come out with the Last Whisper. Vladimir has his Woolly Ancients and Abyssal Scepter. Abyssal Scepter almost in turn is almost as valuable as a Death Cap because of the spell penetration and defenses. Xin having a Triforce Ghostblade and looking like he may be going for a Wit's End possibly. And looking at the blue team, Morg simply just has Azonias. Nautilus he actually does have a Frozen Heart, which is really nice, but up against the Last Whisper, it's not really going to help him out too much anymore. Let's see, Sona with an Aegis. Sivir still just with a Bloodthirster Phantom Dancer, looking like she's building towards a Last Whisper. And Aurelia with a Triforce, and that's it. So, in terms of, they had a huge early game advantage, but not able to capitalize it as much as they want.
What I like really is Tarek grabbing that Starks. That Starks, lifesteal, and attack speed will really stack well with Graves and Xin. So they have 2 really potent auto attackers. So a really nice item choice coming out from Tarek, going with the really early Starks. Not deciding to go with Shurelius quite yet, because Maokai does have 1, but they probably will pick it up later on. So double Shurelius is never a bad thing. And as you said, the other picks, once Sivir gets that Last Whisper, though, she probably will be able to focus anyone who's in front of the purple team, so they will really need to be careful for that, because even though she's not as fast as Graves is, the Last Whisper cannot something to not here. And Vlad's gonna go in right now, gonna hit the ultimates onto Aurelia, Sona, and Sivir. Nice ultimate coming from Zin's, actually gonna push Sona back, but right now the blue team seems to have the advantage on this fight, but Graves is still alive on the back right now, is actually auto-attacking to that. Sona's still alive, but Graves is going to pick Morgana off, and they won't be able really to try and peel anything off, so Graves yet again. If you look at Graves being full HP, gonna go with another cleanup, and right now he could have been able to pick Zona as well, but we really didn't want to risk anything. And now they're gonna go on to Saber, and look at those crits, 575 damage coming from those crits. So I'm pretty sure that's a good game right there. And wow, Tarek actually dying to the Nexus turret.
And the positioning on this Graves has been impeccable. I mean, besides a couple of deaths during the laning phase, he has not died since. And that I just attribute to amazing peeling and fantastic positioning on his part. And Graves did, I'd say, almost single-handedly carry this game.
Yeah, so a really nice play. I like Vladimir's ultimates. Every single ultimate from Vladimir pretty much landed onto 2 or 3 or more people. And Graves every time uses his QR on top of who was ultimated, and that's a lot of AoE damage because it does increase the damage by about, I think, 15 or 20%. And that combination with the Graves ultimate, who does about 500 or 600 damage at level 16 and more with the amount of AD he has. So really nice play on the purple team's part, and those are gonna go walk away with $200 now.
Yeah, and congratulations to you guys. Very well played. I'm sure it was a long day for everyone involved, but that just shows practice and dedication and what it can result. Because I mean, yeah, you can get down at being a little bit low early game, but easily can turn a game right around and pull ahead, and you just saw it right there.
Yep. So team Split Push will get away with this win. They will get a nice 100 points. They had a long walk. They had to go through Blitzkrieg, Gummy Bears, Yolosian, who you calling Pinhead, Team Classic, and the Cheater Chance. So nice run for the Team Split Push right now. Doing really great in pretty much every single match we casted from them. So nice play, and congratulations again.
Yeah, so with that being said, this is going to be it for the National ESL Go4LoL this weekend. My name is Nubaeus. And
my name is Dexirian. Thanks for watching, everyone. Don't forget to follow us on our YouTubes and Twitch if you want more of these casts. And don't forget to follow NESL as well on Twitch.
Alright, see you guys next time.
Peace out. Doing commercials before turning it off.
Alright. But I'm gonna get going.
Alright.
Talk to you later.
Peace out. Good luck.